What is up, y'all? Today I'm going to show you how to do a quick oil change on your Kawasaki KLR 250. A few things we're going to need. 2.1 US quarts of Kawasaki 4-stroke full synthetic engine oil. Doesn't need to be Kawasaki, just needs to be SAE 10W40. We're also going to need an oil filter. So first things first, let's get our bike running, warmed up to just about operating temp so that our oil runs smoother. So we're going to let the bike warm up just a little bit. I've already started mine, so it's getting there pretty quickly. All right, so we've got the bike up to operational temperature standards. So we'll go ahead and shut her off. Hi folks. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down underneath the bike. And what we're gonna search for is that there drain plug right there. That's gonna be our main drain plug. We pop up here to our oil filter cap. That's also gonna come off our oil filter. We got our oil screw majigger. That's gonna come off as well to help our flow. So, get your float pan prepped and ready down there. And then find an appropriate size wrench for the job. Okay, so now you've got your 17mm socket. Start cranking. So now your plug's loose. It's the part where if your bike's hot, be careful. Drain cap, because that's gonna help our oil flow from the bike better. Okay, so that comes out like that. We've got an O-ring here. Horrible camera angle, my guy, sorry. You got an O-ring here that comes out from the cap. You wanna make sure that that is in good condition. There it comes. Okay. Wow, that got dark real quick. Okay, so we want to look at our drain plug and make sure that the threads are not stripped. This one looks pretty good, other than just the, standard wear on the top of the bolt, but we'll go ahead and put this one back in. All right, well, our oil is still draining. We're gonna go ahead and remove this oil filter cap and put a new oil filter in there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead with a 8mm on here. Pop these bolts off. All right, y'all, I'm having a seriously fucking rough time getting this oil filter cap off. Pretty much heat bonded onto the housing, so we're just gonna keep going at it. Oh, God. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on? Okay, now that we've killed ourselves getting our oil filter cap open, let's remove our oil filter. Like so. Pretty fucking gnarly. Pretty fucking gnarly. Okay. Leave that there for now. Okay, so let's inspect our oil filter cap. I want to make sure that the O-ring is complete and not damaged. Looks to be pretty good. And we'll clean out all that as well. Okay, so we've cleaned off our cap, examined the O-ring. All appears to be good. All appears to be well. So let's talk about our oil filter here. So inside of this oil filter, you've got this little thingamajig-jag. Now, I forget what this is called, but the one thing you do when you want to take this out is take a little screwdriver, push in the end, make sure that's opening up. Can't tell you why, just do it. So once again, before I install the new filter, just want to make sure that that filter housing is good and proper cleaned out. So now, we're going to get our new OEM air filter out. But what I want to do first is take a little oil and lubricate these here grommets. So just a tinge of the oil of your choice. Small side in first. And we are going to send that right back all the way into the housing, pushing that rod all the way back as far as it'll go. All right, we have reinstalled our new filter and cap. Time to get oil in there. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and reinsert our drain plug. What the fuck is that? All right, so the next part is everyone's favorite part. Installation of our lubricant. Our lubricant of choice is going to be some Kawasaki SA10W40. As I mentioned earlier, pick it up at your Kawasaki dealer. Here in the US, we're going to need 2.1 quarts with a filter. I think it's 1.7 quarts with no filter. So grab your favorite red funnel and fucking let her ride. Oh, yeah. Oh. The sweet smell of lubricant. So our third and final bottle is going to be like just a dash. We only need about 100 milliliters out of here. Let's see where she's sitting. Flat. Okay, we'll start with that. Now what you're going to do, remove your favorite red funnel. Refurb yourself, your cap, and your O-rings. Make sure they are clean. Get that piece of dirt off of there. I'm gonna pop just a little bit of lubrication on there. Make sure that's a clean O-ring. Wipe off our contact points of any unnecessary oil. Pop her around the seal. And then get it right going in there. So at this point, what you want to do is go ahead and start your motorcycle. Get that oil going in there. Alright, so now we got the bike warming up. We can go ahead and look for any clear leaks coming out. You can see any leak off of the plug. No leak off the filter cap yet. We're just gonna let her idle here. Do not run your bike immediately after you change your oil. You will seize the piston. Doing this, you're letting the engine get all the oil where it needs the oil. You just need to let the bike come up to temp, and don't go riding it the second you change the oil. Alrighty. We've been idling here for about 3 or 4 minutes. Everything's sounding great. Everything's looking great. Bike is up to temp. Exhaust smells fucking fantastic. We're dry as a bone underneath the cap. We're dry as a bone on the plug. All right, so let the bike run for a while. Now what we're gonna do is see where our oil level's at. That right there is your oil indication window. So what you wanna do is tilt the bike back until it's flat. And you want that oil to be about right in between the 2 lines where it is. Perfect. All right.